Let's begin, as always, by looking at the agenda for this 30-minute session. So we're going to begin by looking at the issue of incorporation of terms, which very much sits behind all of the issues we will go on to raise in terms of the Battle of the Forms and how we win or lose that battle in practice. Then we'll go on to talk about the fact, obviously related to that, the concepts of entire agreement clauses, and we'll see that these very much sit at the heart of our discussions that will follow. We'll then look at physically what the Battle of the Forms looks like, and then, having outlined some of the key principles that go with that, we will apply those principles to 3 specific case studies, which effectively are 3 real-life decisions of our courts in recent years that deal with this particular issue, pointing out some of the problems, some of the pitfalls, and suggesting a variety of ways in which you can avoid those pitfalls in practice. Let's look at our final case study, which looks at one final issue. So far, we have gone on about the fact that we typically apply the last shot wins doctrine, albeit subject to considerations about having the grown-up conversation and also issues about taking reasonable steps. Now, this particular final case study is essentially about, is it possible to have a first shot wins approach? Some of you no doubt have been thinking about this, perhaps back from when we discussed entire agreement. Can I have a statement that says these T's and C's take priority over anything that comes after them rather than what went before? Well, that issue was discussed at length in this case of the Court of Appeal of TRW and Panasonic. So bear in mind that TRW are based in England and Wales and Panasonic are based in Germany. What happened? Well, Panasonic supplied parts to TRW. Some of them are alleged to be defective. We begin, though, by looking at a jurisdiction dispute. Will it be down to the English and Welsh courts or the German courts? The matter is heard initially by the English and Welsh courts, who have to decide whether to accept or decline jurisdiction. And essentially one of the key considerations is about whose terms are applicable. TRW's terms talk about the courts of England and Wales. Panasonic talk about the courts of Germany. And essentially this case, as I've said, is about first shot versus last shot. Panasonic's general conditions said this, and it's the bits in bold type we're particularly interested in. So you see here, they say, and this is the kind of first shot fired in the campaign, these terms and conditions apply exclusively to the entire business relationship. And then it goes on to say, unless different conditions have expressly been confirmed by us in writing. And then finally it says, conditions of the buyer, TRW, diverging from our T's and C's shall not be valid, even if we effected delivery or rendered services without reservation.